The morning of the accident, I woke up early to start my new job. I went to Beit El, prayed, and even had time for breakfast with my friend. I can't remember anything since we left his house for the building site. I was later told what happened. Our job was to dig the foundations for the buildings. We arrived at the site and placed the pump in the most convenient place to reach as many holes as possible. We made sure it didn't touch any electricity. I navigated the truck with the pump, and my friend held the hose from which we poured the cement into the holes. My friend asked me to hold the hose for a second, and I did. A minute later, the pump's crane hit the high voltage. I fell immediately and lost consciousness. They described a huge ball of fire right next to me.
Zuriel was admitted to the intensive care after a building accident. The burns caused damage both inside and his body and out externally. And as a result of them, he developed a condition we call multi-organ failure, which is that all the organs of his body, or many of the vital organ systems of his body, stopped functioning. So he needed to be ventilated, and he needed for his blood pressure to be supported with all kinds of drugs. His kidneys stopped functioning at one point, so he needed to go on to dialysis, and then even more intensive forms of dialysis.
The electricity burned my body, the nerves in my body. It also caused the bones to fall apart. 2 weeks into my care in the ICU, this caused kidney failure. The burns were horrific, so much so that they couldn't even move me. I lost lots of blood. I could only get skin transplants 3 weeks later, and I got all sorts of severe infections. When they finally woke me up after 3.5 weeks, I was in complete shock.
Zuriel was definitely in critical condition, and his life was definitely at risk, well, both when he arrived and during the first few weeks of his admission here.
My friends told me they had already started writing my obituary. One Friday, all my organs collapsed. My liver, kidneys, lungs, everything. The machines kept me alive. Dr. Philip Levine and the amazing team in Hadassah Ein Kerem saved me from the grave.
I obviously met regularly with Zuriel's father and his mother and his wife to update them on an almost daily basis on what was happening, and there were good days and there were hard days for them. There were days when his condition improved and they were happy. There were days when he had deteriorations, and I think it was probably very hard for them.
My wife was there every day. My parents and family every other day. I had people with me all the time, and I believe that helped me. When my daughter came to see me for the first time, she said, "That man used to be my dad." It was heartbreaking, but at least I heard her. From Ein Kerem, I was moved to the rehabilitation department in Har Hatzofim, the best in Israel, no doubt. When I arrived there, I couldn't even sit. Slowly, I started relearning the most trivial things. My dream was to be able to get up and go to the bathroom at night by myself. Here they taught me and encouraged me and fought with me.
It's a team effort of dozens of people who are involved. For example, in Zuriel's care, there were dozens of people involved in his care. There were doctors from 3, 4, 5 different departments who were coming and seeing him. There were nurses treating him. There were physiotherapists, dietitians, the equipment that we needed. He was on 3, 4, 5, 6 machines at the same time, trying to keep him alive during the most difficult moments.
I don't have the words to thank the people here who dedicate their lives to save others. In Ein Kerem, I had a nurse who was with me the whole time and basically gave her life to me. Here they taught me everything from scratch: how to sit, stand, write, use a wheelchair, live. I don't know how to thank them.
To see someone recover from the kind of illness that he had is a great feeling of achievement, both for me, for him, and for his family. It was a real struggle to keep him going through everything he went through, and I don't think I've seen people as sick as him for quite a while.
I don't have the words to thank them. They gave me my life back. As simple as that.
For me, Hadassah is a place where I've grown up. It's a place where I've learned to look after patients. It's a place where I've developed as a person.
For me, Hadassah is a gift.